What's up, everybody? VP Tactical here. Welcome back to the channel. Today we've got some new gear. I heard that we like LPVOs, and this one seems to be promising. It's the Constantine 1-10x24 HD first focal plane rifle scope by Vector Optics. They sent this out at no charge for me to do my test and evaluation. This is going to be my unboxing video to show what it came with, and we'll also discuss some of the features. So let's go ahead and crack this bad boy open. And looks like right out the gate, we've got a slip that kind of gives you a little bit of a rundown of the scope, talks a little bit about the warranty. Good. We'll move on from that. Looks like we got some foam padding in there. Looks like we have a user manual. We have a turret. I'll talk a little bit about that in just a few minutes. Looks like a scope adjustment or turret adjustment tool. We've got the cleaning cloth that's nicely packaged in there, and then we also have the mount or mounting system that it came with, along with the bad boy itself and a bikini cover already on it. And so let's talk a little bit about some of the features of this particular scope. So it is actually, in fact, a true one-time power. And so that allows you to have two eyes open shooting, which we should be anyways, and situational awareness. But it does also feature a 10-time zoom for adaptive shooting and engaging targets at potentially longer, medium to longer range distances. It does feature IP56 ratings with cap turrets. And I mentioned that I was going to talk a little bit about that other turret that it came with. So for the elevation, you could actually replace this cap turret with an exposed one. That way, if you wanted to have the ability to change on the fly with having an exposed turret, then you could certainly do that versus the safety and security of the cap turret if you don't plan to make adjustments to it and you're just going to use the holdovers on the scope itself. So it is dust tight and it's supposed to be submersible up to 1 meter for 30 minutes. It does feature an ultra compact design, so it only comes in at roughly 9.1 inches. So it is designed for the short barreled rifle in mind, although you could use this on longer subs, which is what I plan to do. I believe my 16 inches is what this will get mounted on. It does feature 100 millimeter eye relief, which for the rest of us that calculate in inches, that's going to be 4 inches. So that gives you a little bit more flexibility with positioning the scope on your rifle, and then also comfort level of where your face is relative to the actual scope itself when you're shooting. 35 mil adjustment range between 1/10 mil clicks for elevation and windage. And then you'll also see that it has a 2 mil reticle, which is optimized really for small game and competition shooting. So that's really where this is designed to be in that category. It does have, oddly enough, what's called an advanced LAREE, L-A-R-E-E. That stands for lanthanide rare earth element HD lenses, with an FMC coating, which is supposed to deliver sharp, highly detailed visuals. The lanthanides are a series of 15 metallic chemical elements. However, they don't specify which ones that they use specifically. And as I mentioned, like I said, it does have a 1:10 magnification, objective lens diameter 24 millimeter, first focal plane, which if you're not familiar with that, FFP is also its designation. The reticle appears larger in higher magnification and then smaller in lower magnification. Eye relief, as I mentioned, is 4 inches. Lenses are fully multi-coated. Tube diameter is 30 millimeters. Diopter compensation, so you have that back here. You can go negative 2.5 up to 2.5. And there is 11 different illumination settings. The color is red. And here's a quick glimpse of what that looks like. All right, I had to kill the bigger lights because I'm getting massive glare, but you can see we're on setting number 1. And you'll see exactly how bright this is once I can get it into focus here. And that is absolutely awesome. So not only do we get an illuminated reticle, but we also get an illuminated ring around that. So fast acquisition, that should make things much, much easier, especially longer distances. Let's go ahead and turn it up just for comparison. I'm going to crank it all the way up to 10 just to see, or actually 11. And keep in mind, too, I have this thing dialed all the way up because, as I mentioned before, this is a first focal plane. So in order to get that reticle big, that's what I had to do. So you could see it a little bit easier on the camera. And boy, is that sharp. For comparison's sake, this is on 1 power. On setting 11, and then we'll dial it down to setting number 1 at 1 power. You'd see it's still plenty visible. So on that lowest setting, you're supposed to get 20,000 hours of battery life out of a CR2032, which it did not come with, but you know, easily readily available, and something that you could find at your local grocery store, etc., or heck, even on Amazon. It is nitrogen filled, so for fog-proof capabilities. Looks like it's also threaded here as well, so I imagine you could possibly add a sunshade or extension tube onto this. And it is actually made out of 6061 T6 aluminum alloy, and the weight does come in right around about 19.7 ounces, which is just a little over a pound. So at any rate, hopefully you folks thought this was informative, helpful. Drop some thoughts and comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this particular optic. And like I said, stay tuned for my full range report and, yeah, my review. Be safe, stay vigilant. Catch you on the next video.